Hey guys, how you doing out there? Brady here with the Random Woodworker. Welcome to this week's tutorial. I'll be covering how to tune up your miter saw. Okay, let's get going. Now what I'm about to do, you do not have to do if you just plan on cutting 2x4s and 4x4s with it. But I cut small pieces, so I want this real accurate. So the first thing I did is I took a straight edge and I laid it across and I checked it. Now when I did, this table here was lower than these parts here, and it was not satisfactory, because if you set a small piece on here and you go to cut it, it's going to rock, and I need a good 90. So remember, I work with small pieces, so I need this real accurate. Okay, the first thing I did was I took off these Allen screws right here, take them both off in the front here, and this removes the entire head. Okay, now you want to remove these two bolts on the fence, the cross-cut fence. Remove those two bolts. Then you go over here. Now remember, this head is no longer here. You took this off. Now you go over here and you remove these two. Okay, this removes your cross-cut fence. Your fence is no longer here, and neither is your head. So if you look at it, this is a total flat surface now. These two items are gone. I did some research and found a local machine shop. It took a while, but I found somebody that would willing to surface this. So I took it down. He put it on a surfacer and he resurfaced the whole entire piece at once. Now these are totally level. I left this on too, because if you had to remove some, that's fine. So now this whole surface is level and totally flat with itself. Okay, now on the crosscut fence, I had to go under on the bolts where they're on the back, and I had to do a little filing on those to get this 90 degrees with this. So I did a little file. I just set it there. I don't bolt it down. I file, I set it, put a 90, keep messing with it until I get a 90 on both sides. Now how I did the 90, I took a little square here and I'd run it up, holding down on this part. I'd run it up until I got no light, and I kept doing that all the way across until I got no light. So what it is, at the bottom of this in the back, there's parts that stick down a little lower, so I just took a file and kept filing, setting it down, not bolting it, just setting it there and checking to see how good it was. And I just kept messing with it until I got it all 90 degrees. Okay, from that point, I went and put it back on. Okay, now put your head back on and go ahead and put these screws back in, and don't tighten them down. Get them where they just, this doesn't wobble. Okay, and then from there, we're going to go back here and just check the squareness real fast. Okay, let's go back over that part. Okay, now remember, this is unplugged. It is unplugged. Okay, now I'm going to lower this and I'm going to remove the guard. I'm going to hold this against here, and I'm going to go all the way down, making sure you don't hit the tooth. If you hit a tooth, it's going to throw this off. So if you look, it looks really close. From that point, if it's really close, go back, tighten tighten the two back screws down really tight. Okay, because the fence is not tight; it's just down. You can adjust this fence later, but you want this back part tight. Now you go on, do it again. Keep taut on this. Run up. Don't hit no teeth. Run it up until you get this where it's perfectly no light. When you do, that's when you tighten down all four bolts on your cross-cut fence. Then check it again after you're done tightening them. Okay? No light. Right on the money. Okay, now you got a 90 this way. Okay? You already did it this way, so now you got a 90 this direction. Now the last 90 we're going to do is this way. Okay, this is the back of the saw. What you want on this part right here, loosen it up. This will tilt this back and forth. Loosen it up and just snug it up to where you can still move it a little bit, but it won't fall on you. Okay, so now we're going to get the 90 on it. What you're going to do is, okay, remember it's unplugged. Okay, I'm going to lower this down, move the guard back. Okay, now I'm going to set this, holding this down on this surface, and I'm going to run it up to, okay, make sure you don't hit the washer here, and do not hit the teeth, because that'll throw it off. So hold it down, run it up till you get it no daylight. Okay, just back and forth until you get it perfect. Then you go to the back and tighten that down. Okay, then check again. How's it look? If it ain't right, loosen the back, go back and forth until you get no light in here. Okay? Alright, that ends my tutorial for a miter saw. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Until next time on The Random Woodworker, have a great day. Thanks.